Welcome to this new video on Forza Horizon 6, where I'm bringing you some gameplay with this new vehicle. It's the new 1972 Nissan Patrol. This vehicle was added to Forza Horizon 6 via Car Pass on July 23, 2026, marking its first appearance in a Forza game. So even though it's not a vehicle I'm particularly interested in, I have to admit I'm still looking forward to seeing if there are any customizations, and especially if there are any upgrades that could make it interesting. Just before that, I want to share some last-minute news I just found out about. This weekend until Monday, July 27, Instant Gaming is having a sale. There are games that are even cheaper than usual, like Forza Horizon 6 that you can get starting at €46, or Assetto Corsa Evo, which is only €19 until the 27th. There are plenty of other games included in the Instant Gaming sale, but also subscription cards like the Game Pass Ultimate, which is only €14, or the €100 PSN cards that are sold for €92. So there are quite a few interesting deals. I'll put the link to the Instant Gaming sales below this video, in the description, and in a pinned comment. Feel free to take a look. It could help you save quite a bit on your future game purchases. Thanks to everyone who checks it out. Well, originally, don't expect a particularly high-performance vehicle. It's a vehicle that, by default, is in Category D, which is the lowest performance category in the game. Don't expect it to be fast or high-performing until you've upgraded or tuned it. Maybe it'll improve after that, we'll see. Anyway, the vehicle is quite heavy. Wow, the body roll, it's crazy. It's like a cruise ship. I hadn't taken a turn with it yet. Wow, it's annoying though. Okay, alright, it's really particularly heavy. Not heavy, sorry, it's actually soft in the turns. Really, it feels like it completely collapses. So yeah, it's true that it's not agile at all. But actually, the vehicle is also quite heavy. Well, 1.5 tons, it's not huge for a car nowadays. In the 70s, that was still a lot. 1.5 tons and only, if I'm not mistaken, around 140 horsepower. So it's not very powerful. So there you have it, the corners. As a result, in a straight line, it's not particularly fast either. 0 to 100, I think it's 15.5 seconds. Top speed is 150, but honestly, I doubt you can reach it. You saw how much we struggled to hit 130 kilometers per hour. I think hitting 150 takes a really long time. Well, anyway, there are still quite a few nice little stories about this vehicle. In real life, it's a vehicle that Nissan actually sold for 20 years. That's very long. At Nissan, they usually update models every 7 to 8 years. But this one was sold for 20 years simply because it sold well. Same with Patrol. The name, you should know that it's one of Nissan's longest-running models. It's a model that's been around for almost 70 years now. So, it's extremely rare to have models that really survive like that through generations. What else can I tell you? Yeah, there's a little nice detail though. It's from this vehicle that the expression, having torque, pulling out a tree, comes from. That was the slogan for this vehicle in advertisements in the United States in the 1970s. Quite simply, it's due to the fact that this model, this engine, this car, even if it's not very powerful, it has a lot of torque. Indeed, it's a diesel vehicle. It's cool to have a new diesel in the game. But, it's a diesel vehicle, you know, that still has a unique feature. It's a pretty strange setup, honestly. It's a 4-liter inline 6-cylinder engine, naturally aspirated, which, I think still produced around 300 Newton-meters of torque. And that's at very low RPM. So that's where this expression comes from. Alright, let's see if we can make it a bit more powerful with upgrades and customizations. Like, we can put a turbo on it. No, not a turbocharger. Okay, there are quite a few swaps. That's cool. A little 5-liter V8 diesel. Okay. Engine, I haven't seen it much in-game. Maybe it's new. We have the V10 from the LFA. We have the engine from the GTR. We also have the V8 racing engine. So basically, there are a lot of swaps that will give us 1,000 horsepower on this vehicle, if we want 1,000 horsepower, but honestly, that's over the top. Since aesthetically, it looks like the Toyota Land Cruiser, the FJ40, I don't think the FJ40 is in Forza Horizon. It's in Gran Turismo, and the vehicles look so similar that when Forza Horizon 6 added the Patrol, I thought they were adding the Land Cruiser. They look a lot alike. So, do we have any customization options? Okay, well that's kinda cool. We can put it as a platform like a hardtop or a convertible. That's nice too. But you see, there's no way to adjust the aero. All 3 customs are non-adjustable. Okay, so that's not a big deal. But let's say, well, it's a vehicle that's basically stuck in the lower performance categories then. right? So yeah, there's a bit of customization. But it's not really anything crazy either, you know? You see what I mean? It's a vehicle, like I said earlier, that's been offered in a ton of different versions. It had a 20-year career. Nissan really did some crazy things with it. They made it longer, they made it shorter, they raised it. They built platforms for civilian and specialty vehicles like fire trucks. I wish those stylish customs were in the game to add something that stands out. So we went ahead to test it in a race, knowing that I put it at the top of B class. It can go up to A class without a swap and without extreme upgrades. Anyway, actually, on this vehicle, extreme upgrades basically come down to swaps because it's already all-wheel drive by default. So, we can't really, let's say, make the transmission more, efficient, more, optimal. It's true that it doesn't seem bad to drive. So here, yeah, we're in category B. The vehicle has lost quite a bit of weight. I think we're around 1,200 kilos now. So, losing almost 300 kilos, you can definitely feel it in the handling. And the power. Here, we're at 380 horsepower. That's not the maximum. The engine can handle 400. Whoa, 400 horsepower without a swap. But by installing the supercharger, so 400 horsepower from a diesel, that's a lot, you know. It's a lot. We have a lot of torque. I haven't checked the exact amount, but we might be close to 1,000 Newton meters of torque. That's a lot. And you feel it instantly when accelerating. By the way, little tip guys, when you're building diesel vehicles on Forza Horizon 6, and especially in games in general, don't forget that these engines don't work like gasoline engines. You won't get peak torque, or the strongest acceleration at high RPM. You'll get it at low or mid RPM, actually. Don't do what I just did. It's not smart. Don't shift gears in the red zone. There's no reason to rev that high. Well, after that, you have to adapt a bit to the situation. If you're approaching a turn, you can stay in the gear you're in. There's no point in shifting to the next gear. In general, try to make it a habit. It's tough when you're used to Forza Horizon and shifting gears at the red line. But try to get into the habit, if you can, of shifting gears around 4,000 or 4,500 RPM instead. That's more than enough on a diesel vehicle, and it lets you always stay, let's say, in the most efficient part of the torque curve before the engine's torque drops off. And that lets you optimize things a bit. At this pace, driving in this setup is a bit intense. But honestly, on dirt, it's not bad. I don't think it's the new meta. It seems pretty agile to me. Pretty good acceleration in the smaller categories like that. And yeah, it's actually quite pleasant to drive. Well, it's not crazy or anything, but it's decent, let's say. Can we take it further with extreme swaps? We had some cool swaps before. Let's look at the V8 diesel. I'm not sure which car it's from. If you know, tell me in the comments. We're going to fully upgrade it. Is this an engine that's going to do better than the 450 diesel engine? Yeah, it's not bad, huh? Yeah, right? Yeah, 2,000 Newton meters of torque and 814 horsepower, that's not bad. Afterwards, I think if you want to get the maximum power, anyway, I was looking at some other swaps, but overall this one is set up for 1,200 horsepower, I think. The GTR engine is 1,000 horsepower, around 1,000, and then we have the Racing 77 L2, which I think is 1,356 horsepower or something like that. Well, we're going to test it anyway. I don't really know what to think about this vehicle. I'm counting on you to give me your opinion in the comments. But I still feel like this vehicle is a good little example of the problem that I think we're going to run into on Forza Horizon 6, which we've already been seeing a bit since the release. In Forza Horizon 6, there aren't that many new cars compared to Forza Horizon 5. They mainly focused on Japanese cars, which makes sense since the game is set in Japan. But I feel like, just because the game takes place in Japan, it's kind of an excuse to add any vehicle to the game as long as it's Japanese, even if, in terms of gameplay, it doesn't add much. The vehicle we're talking about here, yeah, it's acceptable to drive. I don't think it's particularly meta. Since it's a paid DLC vehicle, if it becomes meta, players will naturally get upset, and they know this. Even though sometimes they make very good DLC cars, in general, the cars are never completely meta. It's really to avoid those controversies. So, it's not particularly meta. I don't even think it performs especially well. It's nice to drive, but that's all. It has very little customization. We saw it earlier. It's a vehicle that has been offered in dozens of versions. And what do we have? We have a bumper, the possibility to remove the roof, and the fenders. As for upgrades, I think we have a new swap. The V8 diesel, I don't think we've had it before. Maybe we did in the game, actually. Maybe it's a vehicle from the old Hot Wheels pack. From Forza Horizon 5, for example. But that's it. Nothing particularly interesting in terms of upgrades. Nothing particularly interesting in terms of customization. Not a vehicle, I think, that was particularly anticipated either, in the sense that the Nissan Patrol is almost unknown to the general public, except maybe for the most recent versions. And even, I think, for those who are interested in niche Japanese vehicles, it's not necessarily the most anticipated vehicle. Many other niche Japanese vehicles could have been added to Forza Horizon 6. I don't know, maybe more K-cars, for example. The Cappuccino, or other Japanese sports cars, let's say. A bit more under the radar that aren't in the game yet. I think they could have made different choices than this kind of vehicle. I'll admit, I don't see the point of this type of vehicle in Forza Horizon 6, and we've seen similar ones before, like the Nissan Tech. It's the same. It's in the game because it's Japanese and a bit niche. While having niche models is cool, the driving isn't great and there's almost no customization. So you might as well drive the basic Nissan R33, which looks a lot like it, and is actually more powerful and easier to handle. We have several similar examples. I can also mention the Honda City Electric. It's of no interest in this game, it's not customizable. Well, barely. And it's not particularly interesting to drive, nor is it especially powerful. There are quite a few Japanese cars like that in the game that are just there. You can kind of wonder why, I think. And I think that's a problem we're going to find with other cars in the game too, because I think there are quite a few. I think the first DLCs, for example, look at the 2008 Honda Civic too. That's what I'm thinking about right now. The 2008 Civic is nice, but it's nice because it's a niche car. But overall, does it really bring anything compared to the basic Civics in the game? Not really. Because, well, it's not particularly customizable, the performance is acceptable, but nothing incredible in terms of driving either. It drives like a very normal car. We'll probably see that a lot in the game. Probably in the next few months before the developers. Maybe I'm the only one complaining about this. Others probably feel this way too. I expect things to change eventually, just not in the first months. I think we're still going to end up with quite a few things in free updates and paid DLC. Just because, well, they're Japanese vehicles. Regardless of their gameplay value. We've reviewed this little vehicle. It's nice, but nothing more. I would have preferred a free update instead of paid DLC. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe for more, and follow me on Twitch where I also regularly stream Forza Horizon 6. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to use your Prime on my Twitch channel, it really helps. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next one. Bye!